Smarterfan. Smarterfan. Yeah. Smarterfan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan Podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. How you doing, Barry?
I don't know, Joe. Micah in Green Bay, of all places. People losing their mind on the tennis court. Shiloh and Shedeur, I don't know which way it's going. I don't know. I just watching Shay and Michael Irvin talk about Cowboys in the 90s, our greatest era. Oh, Ohtani over here. I don't know. I think Ohtani's a robot. I'm like, look at this guy. How is this guy pitching and hitting like this? A lot going on, my friend. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just fine, just fine.
All right, what you got cooking? I smell something in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to talk about Hubie Brown.
Oh, the Who.
Yeah. Now, he grew up in Elizabeth, New Jersey, and he played his college ball at Niagara University. Now, while he in college, he played with Frank Layden, who was a former coach of the Jazz. And he also played with Charlie Hoxie, who went on to be a star in with the Harlem Globetrotters. And so he played briefly for the Rochester Colonels of the Eastern Professional Basketball League before they folded after just 8 games. So that was the extent of his pro career playing.
Okay.
He averaged 13.8 points. So now he got his master's in education and pursued a coaching career right off the bat. Now, so he coached at St. Mary Academy and Fairlawn High School and Cranford High School in the 50s and 60s. You know, he coached basketball and baseball. Then he was an assistant at the College of William and Mary, and he also was an assistant at Duke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, from 68 to 72. He was also an assistant under another college teammate, Larry Costello, you know, for the Bucks. And they went on to go to the finals in 74 with future Hall of Famers Kareem and Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
So
that's
now
where he cut his teeth. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So now he got his first pro head coaching job with the Kentucky Colonels of the ABA. You know, he took them to the championship in 75. And then he rejoined the NBA and took over the Atlanta Hawks coaching job. Now he brought that franchise back and got coach of the year in 78 for it. But then it was all downhill after that. And he wound up getting fired. So then after he got fired from the Hawks, he succeeded Red Holzman with the Knicks in 82. You know, and he stayed with the Knicks until 86 when he got fired there. But that wasn't entirely his fault because Bernard King had blew out his knee.
Yeah, well, that was the offense.
Yeah, and Patrick Ewing had an injury-plagued rookie season. So, you know, that was that. So, you know, he stayed out of coaching for 16 years until he became the head coach of the Grizzlies.
Oh, Memphis. Okay.
Yeah, in 02. And at that time, he was the oldest head coach at 69. So now he led them to their first playoff appearance in franchise history, and that got him another coach of the year.
Oh, wow.
Now, it was said that he left the Grizzlies for health reasons, but the real reason was that Jason Williams, James Posey, and Bonzi Wells, they led to his downfall.
How so?
Well, from what I understand, he was using a 10-man rotation, and they were complaining about not getting enough playing time.
Oh, okay.
So they got him out. You know, so that was in 04. So now Now, he started his broadcasting career after he left the Hawks and was still coaching the Knicks.
Mm.
So while the Knicks weren't in the playoffs, he was doing playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
So and then after he got fired by the Knicks, he became a full-time broadcaster. And that was until Memphis came calling in 2002. Then he left broadcasting,
Mm-hmm.
So now he came back to broadcasting after he left Memphis, and he was with Al Michaels and Mike Breen. So
Okay.
now he called his final game between the Bucks and the 76ers in February of this year. And he was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2005, and the National Sports Media Association Hall of Fame in 2022. So that's where he stands now, and the man is 91 years old.
Hubie?
Yes, he is.
Wow.
He's had one hell of a career.
Yeah, he's had quite a ride. It's still riding.
That's right. God bless him. So speaking of careers, Shedeur is starting his.
Shedeur is starting his. It's going to be a very interesting situation. I had somebody. I just got to do the numbers, right? So I said, this is the craziest financial situation. Just like Deion stirred everything up, becoming the highest paid quarterback, Shedeur is leveraging social media to make more money than all the number one draft picks. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's called business.
Yes, it is.
It's called business. So I said, the person people, I don't know how they find me, Joe. And they're talking this, that. I said, let me tell you something. Cleveland hasn't seen this much attention ever. The only reason I said, do you think Cleveland would be in the news like this if it wasn't for Shedeur?
Not really, no.
Oh. There ain't nothing over there to talk about. There is nothing over there to talk about. And the person said, well, I said, you can well all you want, but think about it. What would you be talking about in Cleveland? Nothing. He's made the owner upwards of $250 million. He ain't played one official NFL game. Now that's just off his jersey.
Is he QB3 or a QB2?
He could be QB. I don't care. Because the reality is, like always, Joe, money speaks. And this is how I think it's going to go down. Flacco's going to do, if they're not positive 5 games in, throw Dylan in. I don't want them to play Shedeur. I want them to play and everything fall on its face. Then bring Shedeur in. Because then they're going to have to really pay him.
Yeah.
You're going to have to really pay him. And I'm not really crazy as I once was about. I'm crazy. I don't think people realize people are showing up to see Shedeur. They're not really showing up to see Cleveland. And I think that is kind of the delusion ownership, coaching, front office is in. Y'all, the only reason people talking about y'all is because of him. Because he comes with his own fan base. These people that you're seeing are not, majority of them are not Cleveland fans. They're Shedeur fans. It's a new world, Joe. It's a new world. And that's why I'm sitting here going, man, you thought you had to pay Deshaun. You may have to give up some ownership to keep Shedeur. He really would, because you think about it. He's generated that much. Can you imagine him winning? He's gonna have to give up some equity to keep him.
For sure.
So everybody's on my neck, Joe, about Shiloh. I think Shiloh will end back up with the Bucks on the practice squad.
Could be. But we'll just have to see how that.
I think it gives a real ugly look because of the event that took place.
Yes.
Both of them were fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And Shiloh didn't start it. So how are you just going to penalize him? I don't think it's a good look for the organization, as swift and hard as that was. And I really kind of feel, I believe in bad juju, Joe. And I think if the Buccaneers don't clean it up, it's not going to be a very good season.
Well, we'll just have to see. But speaking of ownership, now this has been the talk for the last 2 weeks. I mean, Uncle Jed has really outdid himself this time. All the grandstanding and loving to hear himself talk, and he trades Micah Parsons to the Packers.
Oh, man. I just was waiting, Joe. I was just waiting. I was like, I know it's coming. Well, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry.
But this now he claims this is going to make the Cowboys better, and he's comparing it to the Herschel Walker deal. That's how delusional he is. Jimmy Johnson orchestrated the Herschel Walker deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
When you want me to say something, let me know. I'm just laughing, bro, because I knew you had to go there.
I mean, and the Packers hurry up and signed him, too.
Oh, for sure.
They locked him up real quick.
Oh, for sure. How much you need? No problem. Matter of fact, check your account. It's there already.
Yeah. They gave him $188 million for 4 years.
Yes, sir.
136 guaranteed total.
Yes, sir.
So, and this is what gets me. Okay. Now Jerry says, oh, well, we've haven't been able to stop the run, so we got this defensive tackle, and he's going to help us stop the run. Kenny Clark. Does anybody know who Kenny Clark is?
Listen.
I mean,
you let me know when you want me to talk.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Joe. You're just killing me tonight. You're just killing me. First of all, I had some idiot talk to me about this situation. And I just looked at him and I simply say, so, because I think they're both dumb. So, Micah, you haven't figured out whatever. No one is ever going to be the all-time highest paid player. Get that through your head. One, right? Because if somebody could get a dollar more than you, they become the highest. You gotta think long term, right? You gotta think you're not gonna. You're 26.
Yes, 26.
Right? You're not playing 10 years. Let's just get that out of the way. You're not gonna play 10 years. So at this point, you really got to really focus in on what is going to be your legacy. Now, the marquee is, if the money is not that big, defer it. I don't know what's so wrong with these guys and not deferring some money to when you stop playing.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you have to have all of it now. Defer it. Get the 40s, 50s, 60s. Well, you stop playing and people forget about you.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. And Michael Irvin brought up a good point, which is you got a podcast now, but a podcast being a Dallas Cowboys is worth $100 million. A podcast with anybody else ain't.
Mm-hmm.
People will just listen to you because you were a Dallas Cowboy, right? Man. And so these are the things these guys have got to wake up and realize and get smarter about.
Yeah, definitely.
Long as possible. Stop getting caught up in having it all. Now, how many houses are you going? I mean, think about it, Joe. If you're taking home $10 million, is it really that much different than $20 million? All you can do is buy the same stuff. It's just bigger and more of it. So why not defer the $10 million on the back end, like when you're 50 or 60?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know what this fantasy is about. At one moment, Patrick Mahomes was the highest paid, right? The numbers sounded astronomical. Now they don't sound so,
Nope.
right? Jalen Hurts, Lamar. It's like, guys, you gotta, you at best in the NFL, you got a 10-year career. At best. So think about how small that window is. So get some of that money and shoot it out. You're literally an old man at 30 in the NFL.
Well, we talked about Jethro Pugh, and that's what he did. He deferred his money, and he was set when he retired.
Exactly. When you can, think about it. You're playing. You're on the road. You can't enjoy the house, the car, or whatever it is. You can't really enjoy it. You're on the road, or you're training. Yep. So what's this flish and flash and what? You know what I mean? And then, you're broke. Yeah, you're broke. Because he gave most of it away to the tax man. Instead of getting a good tax accountant and figuring out how I can defer some of this or avoid some of this or write some of this off, you're getting all this big money. And all they do, Uncle Sam was like, thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I just had so many conversations, and I just said, now you don't know what's going to happen in Green Bay. You don't know what's going to happen, but it ain't going to be like being in Dallas. I tell you that.
No, but that's the one game I'm going to watch when Green Bay comes to Big D on the 28th.
Absolutely. It's going to be a big game. And, I don't wish anything bad for Micah. It's just sad that these guys are not thinking longer term and just, I got to have it all now.
Yeah.
And I don't mind you having it all now, but as Michael said, if you're $1 million away, is it really that big of a difference? Like,
it's ridiculous.
Really?
It's just ridiculous.
$1 million? I can see 5, 10, 15, 20, but $1 million that the taxman is going to get half anyway? So what are we talking about? Anyway.
Well, on another note, Derrick Henry, he needs 1,317 yards to break the top 10 in the leading career rushers.
I don't believe in that. You know why?
Why?
Because I think if you do it with more games, it's not the same.
True.
So, I don't take anything away, but there's an asterisk. If I run all these yards in 12-game season, like OJ, and you took 16 or 18 games to get it, we're not the same.
Yeah, I see your point. But it's just the state of the game.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it, but it's just not the same.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying. But at any rate, it would move him. He's on 19th on the list right now, and he's his 11,420 yards, 23 yards there. He's the current leading rusher.
Okay.
So now he would surpass Thurman Thomas,
especially when he's going north and south.
Oh yeah, yes. Well, he's a beast. He's just a beast. So, but the guys he would surpass are all Hall of Famers: Marcus Allen, Edgerrin James, Marshall Faulk, Jim Brown, Tony Dorsett, Franco Harris. So he would be in good company, despite what you just said.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. See, to me, you got to do it in the same time. Those guys did it in you know what I'm saying? Those guys. Yeah. To me, I don't know how you top Jim because he did it in the shortest season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I got more attempts, yeah, I can surpass him. But I don't know how you surpass him and Joe Oche.
Yeah. So, but at
Anyhow.
any rate, so now tennis.
Ooh, it's been hot. It's been hot. It's been hot.
Yes, it has.
What
Yes,
you got?
it has.
What you got?
Now, Coco Gauff squared off against Naomi Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now Coco was working on her serve, you know, with this biomechanics expert, Gavin McMillan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a work in progress, which is, I think, in my opinion, the wrong time to do that. So, because, you know, her and Osaka went at it, and Osaka wound up, she prevailed.
Yeah.
You know, so, and, you know, she was looking to reestablish, you know, herself at the business end of the majors anyway, for the first time since she became a mom,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So she prevailed over Gauff, and Gauff, you know, she was very gracious and very professional about it, you know, unlike what's her name, Jelena Ostapenko. Who started berating Taylor Townsend because of something as silly as a net cord.
The girl has a long history of having these outbursts and this mental, which I think is quite serious. You know, it's a shame, it's sad, but in light of this environment of mental health, because like somebody did a whole article of issues she's been having, right? And it's just like, and then the cream on top was Townsend said, I beat her before a couple of times. What is she talking about?
Yeah.
You know? So again, mental health, I was like, Ostapenko, get some mental health. You Wimbledon and all you better get these athletes some help.
You know, she called Townsend uneducated and had no class. And then she later apologized and said that her words were taken out of context because she, you know, hasn't mastered the English language.
Well, that's interesting. She's figured out how to say those two words.
So, you know, but that's what she's claiming, that her words were taken out of context.
No. You say somebody ain't got no class and somebody ain't got no education. You got to think about that. You know, that don't slip. That don't. And when people do these things, that just means it's true. You said it.
Yeah.
You're just mad at the firestorm that you're catching.
Oh, definitely, because she caught heat for it. That's for sure.
You know, it's like the very thing you're talking about is the very thing you're exhibiting. You know, and so I'm just glad how Townsend handled it. And she's a very interesting character. And she has a very interesting story of dealing with her weight, dealing with being on tour, dealing with the dynamics of being a pro athlete, being a mom, you know, and living a lot of in and out of hotels. And people think the athlete's life is all glory. It's not. It's a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of isolation, a lot of solitude. You know, and even going back to Coco, you know, she's young and she's got to develop more of a thicker skin. She can't cry all the time. She needs to stop doing all that crying. You know, because that's going to break her.
Yeah.
You can't keep crying. You're good when you win, and then you're crying when you lose. You're not going to survive long. Those are two ups and two downs, too high and too low, too high and too low.
Yeah.
That'll take a toll on your emotional well-being. It's just like, hey, you gotta develop some tough skin.
Well, a perfect example is Simone Biles. You know, she just took a break. She had to take a mental health break.
I mean, that young lady, she's so smart, it's not even funny. She's so smart. And I think that's a healthy thing because it's a very different era of sports now because you're on 24/7.
Yes.
There's always a camera in your face. And that's very difficult. Very difficult because you never get to relax.
No.
You know, and that takes a toll on your mental health and mental well-being.
Yeah.
So I think that makes me sick. I mean, I was watching Simone do some flips and stuff. You know, you're doing some crazy stuff when the Olympics says, no, nobody can do that anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think she really, one of the biggest stories I wish they would tell is this girl is literally defying physics. I don't know how you jump in the air, flip one way, and somehow get your body to flip another way in the air. I don't know how you do that.
The only one I've seen do that was the doctor.
Thank you. I rest my case.
He's the only other person I've seen do that.
And people still trying to figure it out. How did he get over there? Over there.
You know, so
Still trying to figure it out. Anyway, yeah.
But on a sad note, the Cowboy family lost another one, Leroy Jordan.
Leroy Jordan passed?
Yeah, 84.
The legend?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, you know, I hate to end it on a sad note, but I had to, you know, pay tribute to the man because he was the Cowboys.
Man, we should have had a picture of Leroy Jordan. Leroy, you know what? We're going to kick off our next broadcast with a dedication to him. Leroy is a very fascinating history in pro football. I think he's the only player to win the most valuable player award on the losing team.
No, that was Howley. Was that Chuck Howley?
I don't think so. We're going to wrestle with it next week, though.
All right. Well, we got to stop for now.
All right. Well, as we always say on Smarterfan Podcast, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game and see you next week.
All right.
Thanks, Romania.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Smarterfan.